Today we're going to be taking a look at what might actually be a top 3 set of this year, that being 40806 Gingerbread AT-AT Walker. This set just released on October 1st with 697 pieces and a retail price of only $60 US. And excluding the advent calendars, as of currently, this is the third Christmas Star Wars set LEGO has made. The last one was the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama back in 2023, and the Christmas X-Wing back in 2019, if you want to count that one. Now, one thing I have to say is that I love this box art. The cozy, Christmassy feeling mountains in the background just goes so well with the look of this set. And you also might have noticed that up here in the top right corner, there's actually a snowspeeder in the background. And a lot of people have been wondering if this is alluding to a new snowspeeder coming out in the future. And I hate to burst your bubble, but this actually looks like the snowspeeder that came out in 2016 in the UCS Assault on Hoth, meaning that this is not a new snowspeeder, it's just up here for decoration. Regardless though, this set also includes a gingerbread Darth Vader, which I am very excited to take a look at. And then on the back of the box, you're going to find another render of this set with another awesome snowy background, along with some pictures up at the top right showcasing the interior and the play features of this set. Opening up the box and digging in, on the inside you're just going to find 5 separate numbered bags, along with 2 larger loose pieces, and then your instruction manual, and actually no sticker sheet, which is kind of a breath of fresh air from some other October sets. Here we have the one and only figure in this set, that of course being the gingerbread Darth Vader, and just like the set itself, this actually might be one of the best minifigures that released this year as well. I just love the light brownish gingerbread color, along with the white prints that are supposed to represent frosting, and then he's also got a printed cape, as you can see here, with some frosting going around the edge, and even some sprinkles in the middle. I just think it's very clever. And then underneath the cape, he's going to have even more printing, and as for his accessories, he's going to have a candy cane and a little sugar cookie, as you can see there, and of course his lightsaber if you want to use that instead. And then underneath his helmet, he's actually going to have a blank head, which for a figure like this is fine. Now, if there is one thing I have to critique about this figure, it's obviously the eyes on the helmet. Like everyone else, I just wish they were a different color. I think dark brown or white would have worked really well, just something different so the entire helmet isn't all the same color like this. But other than that, one small thing, this figure is great and one of the best they've released this year. But now moving on to the actual set itself, unsurprisingly, it looks really good. As you can see here, it's absolutely littered with a bunch of different sprinkles and other Christmas type decorations. However, as good as this set does look, it is not completely perfect. There is one thing about it that I don't really like, however, I'll get to that here in a minute. First though, I want to talk about the price per gram of this set. It has a total weight of about 417 grams, which with a retail price of $60 US comes out to a price per gram of about 14.4 cents, which unsurprisingly is a great deal. It's well below the average of 17 cents for sets in this price range. But taking a look at the build now, starting off with the head area, it looks really good. Both of the cannons on the side and the bottom of the head are actually candy canes, which I think is an awesome detail. And then obviously the whole entire head itself is going to have sprinkles all over it, just like the rest of the set. And then to open it up, the sides kind of fold down here, and then the top hatch lifts up to reveal a very basic interior. It's really just a seat on the inside. And then as you'd expect, you can grab Darth Vader and sit him in here. However, when he's in here, the top hatch cannot close back down, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't have a problem with, because when you display it like this with Darth Vader kind of popping out the head, it looks really cool. So while it definitely would be preferable if the hatch could close back down, it doesn't really bother me. However, what does bother me though is the neck area. And like I mentioned earlier, this is the one part of this set that I don't like. One, because it's a little bit too long, the head sticks out too far. And also, I honestly just don't like how the white cylinder piece looks as the neck. And 2, because it's locked into place, as you can see here. You can't turn the head or pose it or anything, which is kind of a prominent feature of AT-AT, so not having it in this set is a bit disappointing, because it'd be nice if you could pose the head. So again, I really wish they designed the neck a different way, but everything else about this set is pretty much perfect. Moving on to the back hole area, as you can see, there's tons of details with all the sprinkles and then some Christmas lights that hang across. I'm not gonna lie, this area was pretty tedious to build, however, the end result looks really good, so it definitely does pay off. And then the very back looks solid too, and you also might notice there's a little red piece in there, which might be a nod to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or it might be the AT-AT's butthole, I'm not really sure. But then from there, to access the interior, the sides of the hole just simply lift up, as you can see here, and then the interior is great. You got a little fireplace with some stockings hanging on it, and even a reef up there at the top. You're also going to have plenty of clips to hold Darth Vader's lightsaber, his candy cane, and the sugar cookie. And then at the very back here, there's even some presents on each side, which is really fun. And then obviously you can grab Darth Vader and fit him here on the inside. You might want to take his cape off first, which is something I didn't do here, as you can see, but regardless, it still looks good. And then from there, moving on down to the legs and the feet area, they also look great, unsurprisingly. Especially the feet, as you can see, they're loaded with detail. They got the sprinkles on them, as well as those bill pieces, as you can see there. And if you couldn't tell already, they're supposed to be gingerbread cookies, which I think is a great detail. And I think those white icing pieces actually might be new to this set. Don't quote me on that though, because I don't know for sure. But regardless, the feet and the leg area still looks really good. head. And obviously, as you'd expect with any AT-AT, the legs are posable. You can put them in various different positions, which is nice. However, the bottom pieces right above the foot do tend to break off easily, as you can see here, which does actually get kind of annoying, but you can put them back on very easily. But again, you can pose the legs in various different ways. You can make it look like it's walking, you can stand it straight up. There's multiple different things you can do with it. However, again, I wish the head was also posable. But anyways, that is the Gingerbread AT-AT, a very fun and simple set, and also really the only redeemable October 1st set as well. And I think that's the consensus for the whole community, because if you look on lego.com, this set is already sold out and on back order for 60 days. So I think it's safe to say it's a pretty popular one. Again though, I'm not a fan of the neck design. I wish it was posable, so I'm going to take off 1 point and give this set a 9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see on the screen right now.